Hey everyone, I'm Memo and welcome to my channel where you'll find me finding treasure, normally with my trusty metal detector. This week it's going to be a bit different. Please stay tuned and I hope you enjoy the following video. I'm up in Alaska in my parents' home visiting my dad after my mom passed away recently. I'm going to head down to a beach where my mum used to like to go and walk and see what we can find there, show you the area. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, ring that notification bell. And as always, the link to Finding Memo merchandise is in the description. We got the Finding Memo Alaska apparel on. I'm going to head down to the beach called Refuge Cove. It's a beach that my mum used to like to walk along when she was able to get about a bit more. Let's go down and see what we can find there. One thing that never gets old in Alaska is the views. Look at that. Just down the road from my parents' house. Didn't get any better than that, folks. So here we go, we're going to head down some steps to the beach. It's not going to be too bumpy for everybody. And we're down on the beach. Now there's an amazing connection between Alaska, particularly this part of Alaska, and Mexico, which I'm going to be explaining a bit further on in the video, so you want to stay tuned for that. It has to do with a very famous and well-known viceroy of Mexico. The tide is, I don't know if it's going out or coming in, but it's fairly low at the moment. Just look how smooth that water is. That's because we're in the part of Alaska called the Inside Passage, which is basically a whole bunch of islands and waterways. It's deep out there. The cruise ships come down this channel to get to the town. Town is down that way. All the beaches in Alaska are just like this. It's all this shale, this black shale. You can see there. It's not real like sunbathing beach, although a lot of the locals, once the temperature really goes up to like 65, they're out here swimming and sitting on the beach. There's a nice sight find, pull tab. Get off the beach, clean up a little bit. Figures that first thing we would find is a pull tab. See all the anemones right there in the water. These green things here. Some brown ones too. Haven't seen any starfish yet though. Keep looking, show you some starfish. Across this, it looks like an old pulley or something. Probably from a boat. Part of a motor maybe. Mussels, tiny mussels. If you know what you're doing, you can forage them. You're never going to be hungry around here. That's what a lot of the Indian tribes would do, the foraging and the fishing. course the hunting. So these are called huckleberries and they're very nice. You can eat those. A whole bunch on this bush. My wife really likes these. I'll eat some for her. Okay, let's see what these are like. It's the sour, sweet. They're sweet. There you go. They're really good, those. So I just found this rock here on the beach. There's quite a few like it. It's not the only one. Take a look at that very closely because this is all, it's all quartz. It's a quartz rock. But it has these glinty pieces in it, if you can see that on the camera. That is iron pyrite, which is better known by its more common name, fool's gold. And the beach is littered with it here. Because you can see it's all kind of square shaped. That's how you can tell the difference between regular gold and fool's gold. It's also a kind of a darker colour. It doesn't shine out of the sun, whereas real gold does. It has to have the sun on it to glint. Really big chunk of iron. It's obviously part of a boat, something from a boat. Like a wheel too, a pulley or something. Recognise that though. It would have been hammered into a dock, something wooden there. I guess because that's wood right there. And then used as a pulley or a tie-off or something for boats. And back up we go. Some steep steps these. Getting old, getting old. It's one of the inter-island ferries. We're heading over to an island called Prince of Wales Island, which is down over that way. So at the beginning of the video I alluded to kind of an amazing connection between Alaska and Mexico, and it has to do with this guy, Juan Vicente de Güemes, second count of Revillagigedo. So let me give you some backstory and explain how that came about and what this is all about. Juan Vicente de Güemes Padilla Orcasitas y Aguayo, second count of Revillagigedo. He was born in April of 1738 in Havana, Cuba. He grew up there. He died 2nd of May 1799 in Spain. And he was a Spanish military officer and viceroy of New Spain, which of course is Mexico, from the 17th of October 1789 to 11th of July 1794. And he's known as a great reformer and one of the finest administrators of the Spanish colonial era. He was said to sleep only 3 to 4 hours a night, arising at 1 a.m. to begin a day's work. Now, one of the things that makes this guy so interesting is that he was a great reformer. He immediately ordered the cleaning of the Viceroy's palace in Mexico, banished the food sellers' stalls. He prohibited the population from throwing trash in the streets. He removed stray animals from the streets. He ordered that no building be constructed without a license from the authorities. He continued the cobblestone paving of the streets outside of the city centre, and he did much to lessen the bribery and corruption among government employees. Here I'm going to mention a list of other things that he did. This is not exhaustive, but I'm kind of focusing on the main things here. He reorganized the courts and founded schools for indigenous people in various cities. He hired competent teachers for the Academy of San Carlos and founded a chair in mathematics. He also set up a chair in anatomy at the General Hospital of the Natives. He continued to work on the drainage system in Mexico City. He stimulated the cultivation of plants for textiles, cotton, hemp, flax and mulberry, and he regulated the cutting of wood. Now, Güemes Padilla cleaned up Mexico City and continued to install street lights there and in various other cities, and all of the principal streets of Mexico City were lighted by the end of his term. Intensify the construction of highways to Veracruz, Acapulco, Guadalajara, San Blas and Toluca, and establish bi-weekly mail service to those cities. Now, when most people hear the name Güemes Padilla, especially in Mexico, they will know him because he initiated excavations in the Plaza de Armas in Mexico City, during which the Aztec calendar stone was discovered. That was in 1790. Okay, now let's get into this connection with Alaska a bit more and explain that. There was this guy, he's called Alejandro Malaspina, and he was a commander. He was sent by the then King of Spain to kind of check up on what was going on in Mexico. So while in Mexico, Malaspina received orders from the King of Spain to investigate a rumored northwest passage in Alaska. Now, while returning to Acapulco, Malaspina learned of the discovery of the entrance to the Strait of Georgia, a result of the expedition of Francisco de Elisa sent by Güemes Padilla. That was in 1791 to the Pacific Northwest. Güemes Padilla had been preparing another expedition to explore the Strait of Juan de Fuca since 1791. Now, Malaspina was able to take control of the schooners that were going on that exploration and sent the ships to explore the Strait of Georgia. Malaspina was imprisoned for political reasons upon his return to Spain in 1794, and the account of his expedition was never published. But on that expedition was another guy called Galino, and his exploration account was published in 1802, but with all mention of Malaspina removed. And it was instead said that Galino operated under the direction of Güemes Padilla. And so because of Güemes Padilla's sponsorship of the exploration, several places in North America bear his name, such as San Juan Island, Orcas Island, Revillagigedo Island, Padilla Bay, and Güemes Island, among others. And now I'm going to put this map on the screen of the island of Revillagigedo. This is one of the islands that was named after Güemes Padilla, Count of Revillagigedo. And the town of Ketchikan is in the southern part of this island. It's a huge island, as you can see. Only the southern part is populated. But this island bears the name of the second Count of Revillagigedo, Viceroy of New Spain, which is, of course, Mexico. So Revillagigedo Island, in other words, where I am right now, in Alaska, was named for him. And he died 2nd of May 1799 in Madrid, Spain. He was greatly mourned in New Spain, and in his honor, Charles IV made his descendants grandees of Spain. Next day, and we are heading down the trail, going to a beach called Coast Guard Beach. Don't have too much time, I think this trail is a good, well, we couldn't remember if it was 20 or 30 minutes. I thought it might even be longer. So we're doing a good pace. And we're going to see if we can find anything down at the beach. Show you some more of the trail as we go. And if we find anything, we'll be back. There's a like muskeggy area, tundra-ish type terrain, and as we drop down a bit, it's a bit more like forest, and it comes out onto the beach at the bottom. Going fast on the way down, I have to double the time for the way back up. We're almost to the beach. You see it over there, it's clearing. Here we go, down to the beach. It's called Coast Guard Beach. Have a rummage around here, see if we can find anything. Not sure what all we'll find here, if anything, because we're doing the eyesight looking. We don't have a detector with us, but here's an old six-wheeler military that somehow made it down here. I've no idea how or when. Looks like it's been here a while though. Keep looking, lots of quartz, pebbled beach like the other one we were on yesterday. Keep our eyes open, walk around a bit, see what we can find. Well, there's an urchin, it's broken though. That would have been a big one, that. Little sea urchin. Cool. Looking around a bit, trying to find something interesting. And it just started raining. I'm going to head up into the woods, take cover by some trees, see if it can stay reasonably dry. Back in a minute. Standing here taking cover from the rain in the woods. Here comes Dave, he's got something. Ooh, a fork. Is it silver?
It's not. Stainless steel.
Does it say on the back there?
Interper, stainless steel, Korea.
Nice design on it, though, isn't it? That's
yeah.
Nice. Cool, where was that?
It was just sticking inside the ground like that. Over
in the wooded
outside.
part or
Yeah,
the
wooded
beach?
part.
Oh, maybe we
The
should
woods.
go back there and have a look around. Cool. That's big. Somebody has burnt it out. And sad. Ooh. I can't see that. It's so dark. Look at it way up there. Not much holding that tree up. Next big storm, as Dave says, and it's probably a goner. Finding memo. Just hopped over this river that's coming out here, stream or creek, off down to the sea. I saw something shining down here. I don't think it's much, but let's have a look. I think we got a coin. I think it's a 1 cent. Yeah, it is. Stinking Lincoln. It's at 19.99. Still, that's not bad for a nice sight find in this beach. One day, pull your socks up, I'm beating you. Another nice real piece of abalone. You can appreciate the colours really on that. Hopefully so. Nice one then. Lots of really cool looking rocks on this beach. If I had a bit more space in my luggage, I'd probably try and take some back, tumble them. See, that's like got a greeny hue to it. And there's tons of quartz. Quartz with like bits of other stuff in it. Some more green stones down there. Some really nice tumbling rocks, these. Almost kind of jaded that, but I think it's a bit rough. Not quite green enough. Not quite smooth enough. It's a different kind of stone, that. I have yet to see a starfish. I was out yesterday. Probably saw in the first part of the video. And usually on that beach, which is called Refuge Cove, there's a starfish in every pool. And I walked all the way along and all the way back and I didn't see one. So I'll keep my eyes open today. Maybe we'll see something today. Aha! Dave pointed me in the right direction. Here's some starfish hiding out under this rock. It looks like there's 3 or 4 of them. I don't know if you can see, these clams shooting up the spouts. You see that? Let's see. There, that was a big one. Okay, so we came across this. This is one of those things that I showed you earlier on in the video on the other beach. And Dave says he thinks it's from a mill, a wood cutting mill, where they would run the logs along them to move them. It's cool. That's floated in from somewhere then, isn't it? It looks like there was an old boardwalk that came down here at one time. Must have been steps. And people have put rocks and things on here. Peace sign.
Oh wow. Whale. Killer whale.
Oh, Dave says he just saw a killer whale. Let's see. Where?
Right out where that mountain is.
To where?
Right out there. It's a killer whale. You see it here in the south. It just popped. There it is. You see it?
Oh, yep. I can see it. Oh, cool. This is, when I lived here in Alaska, I lived here for 7 years. This is the only place I ever saw a killer whale, on this beach. It's a long way out. I'm not sure how much you're going to appreciate it on the video. We'll try and zoom in. Yeah, we've counted, what you say, 4 or 5?
There's 3 or 4 that I saw.
3 or 4 killer whales out there. There they are. There they are again. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, watching these killer whales, it's amazing. There's a big one in front, and then about, I don't know, maybe 50, 100 meters behind, there's a mom with 2 small ones. And then about another 50 to 100 meters behind them, there's another big one. So they're like doing protection, bodyguarding for them. There you go. Let's see, that's the mom and the two babies. They've found a, what do you call it?
Here they call them moon shells.
Big old snail in it, and it's complete. That's nice. We better take that with us, eh?
Oh yeah.
Put it on the windowsill. It's uninhabited, so it's not going to be missed. Is it snail or crab?
These are snails.
Okay.
Snails for these.
Cool.
Yeah, big guys too.
We better keep our eyes open then. Okay, here we go. Back up the trail. See if we get there before dark. Is this it? This it, right? Yeah. Here we go. Make sure we don't get the wrong trail and end up somewhere else. It's happened. We've got about 25 minutes, half an hour from here. Like I say, it's pretty much all uphill. There's a few downhill parts. Here's another downhill part. And we're going to be trudging up the hill back to the truck. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
No what?
Sounds like a little, sound like a kid chattering or something, like
Could be a squirrel or something.
little high squeak. Is that what deers do? Like something. Get my breath on this downhill part. And then we're heading up again. Almost back. That didn't take quite as long as I thought. What time is it, Dave?
It is 5:30.
So that took us, yeah, just under half an hour, I think, if I'm remembering right. And it's still light. Getting dark about 6 o'clock at the moment. So we're about to pop out on the trail now to the parking lot. Heading home for some ribs that my dad's preparing. And if I get out tomorrow, like I say, we'll do a bit more video. But just in case we don't, I'll catch you on the next one.